The alpaca's wild South American cousin. Vicuñas live in polygynous herds. This means that one male in the herd mates with all the females. Don't worry, it's legal in the animal kingdom. Vicuñas are very vocal, and out of all of their calls, orgling is the most unique sound. The males will use this melodic mating call to attract females. When it's time to mate, the female will lay down in her front. Then, hey, give the gal a second to lay down in her front. There, that's better. For the female, mating is a calm, slow affair. For the male, it's a little more exciting. He'll wiggle his ears, flare his nostrils, and flip his tail around. The whole thing will last up to 50 minutes. Have fun, you two. After a gestation period of 11 months, a baby vicuña is born. The little fawn can stand upright just 15 minutes later. Good balance is definitely important when you live in the mountains. Unfortunately, for male praying mantises, the rumors are true. About 25% of the time, females will kill and eat them while mating. But forget about the gory ending. Let's rewind. It's late summer or early fall. A male mantis would like to mate, but ideally he'd also like to not die. What does he look for in a partner? A big turnoff is aggression. If he saw a female eat his buddy the week before, she's probably a bad choice. A turn on is a fatter, fuller figure. A well-fed female is less likely to get hungry and make him into a snack. But even if the female is a skinny man-eater, her pheromones may prove too much for the male to resist. He's completely lured in. Now for the seduction. A slow, stop-and-start mating dance that can take hours. If the male is deemed worthy, the female will allow him to climb on her back and commence fertilization. Now, this can have a number of endings. Happy ending first. The male and female copulate for a few hours. When it's over, he flies away or drops to the ground, before the female can turn around and kill him. Now, let's do bad. After the male and female copulate, the female gets hungry. Then it occurs to her she can eat the guy on her back. She turns around and bites off his head. Then she eats his body for dessert. Whatever the male's fate ends up being, the female will lay 100 to 600 eggs, who will then turn into nature's most beautiful cannibals. But enough sexual cannibalism. Time for a little romance. So, how does this male get the female kingfisher's attention? Easy. Gifts. If the male wants to be with her, he needs to prove he can be a good provider. And a good provider would bring his partner fish, or insects, depending on the species. So, is the female interested in the male, or, oh, never mind. What else can the kingfisher try if the gifts fail? How about an elaborate courtship display where he jumps around and shows off his colorful wings? If the female likes the male's gifts and dancing, she will allow him to be her partner for this breeding season, and then take turns digging a tunnel to hide their nest, and then mate some more. Whoa, don't fall. Eventually, the female will lay her eggs in the new burrow. The male will help her incubate them for up to 24 days. When they hatch, mom and dad will have to provide them with at least 8 fish a day till they can finally leave the nest after 4 weeks. The kingfisher's partnership is over. Next breeding season, they'll start all over again with new mates. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Peacock spiders are probably the cutest spiders in the world. Just look at those eyes and that fancy abdomen. Shouldn't be too hard to find a mate when you look like that. But these females aren't basic. They have extremely high standards, so males better put in some effort. How about some choreography? As the male approaches his target, he moves his colorful ornaments and shows off his striking face. He could also try head bobbing, a sexy zigzag staggering motion, displaying his elaborate abdomen, or raising his legs. If he really wants to go the extra mile, the male jumping spider can produce vibrations to occupy his movements. Sometimes it's not good enough, like in this poor handsome dummy's case. If the female accepts the male's advances, they will mate. And yes, that brown bug under the cute male is the comely female. We never said they were stunners, but what they lack in looks, they make up for in power. Well done, girls. Leopards are deadly hunters, expert climbers, and extremely frequent lovers. When leopards mate, they do it every 15 minutes for up to 5 days. That's more than 250 times. Excessive? Yes. Necessary. Also yes. For the female, it all comes down to eggs. To a leopard, producing unused eggs is a huge waste of energy. If their body is going to ovulate, it's going to need a stimulus. A stimulus like a lot of mating. When these two finally get together, it's constant round-the-clock freak fest. Fast, ferocious, and physically painful. It's not just the biting, it's also the barbed penises. There are pros and cons to a barbed penis. Pros: it stimulates ovulation by digging into the female. Cons: it really hurts when the male retracts it. After a few days of near constant lovemaking, it's over. The male leaves. If the female is pregnant, she'll give birth to 2 to 3 cubs in 100 days and raise them by herself. Yep, male leopards are deadbeat dads. At least their spots are pretty. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the world's strangest mating rituals.